I just wanted to do a live here and just connect with the people. I went live fishing yesterday. I'm going to talk about my fly fishing trip with my buddy Bob. I'm going to talk about my my fishing trip with the family this past weekend. We had a great weekend. Also, I want to try to get on the board here the contest that I'm having. So I'm just trying to fix all my stuff here real quick, guys. Okay, so that looks good right there, I think. So we're just gonna sit back and relax for a little bit, see who comes in. I know Robert Mac Media is in here. Thank you for coming in. You guys had a great show last night on Jason's channel. I was around for that, so that's awesome. And yeah, we're just gonna see who stops in and just chat a little bit. We'll give it a few minutes. I keep getting notifications, and I put notifications are on delay, so I don't know what the heck's going on with that. But we will see who comes in this morning or this afternoon. I'll go till about 1:30 today. But yeah, we had a great great weekend this past fishing. I had a great weekend last weekend also, so 2 weekends in a row it really worked out pretty good. So yeah, but the contest that I'm having is gonna be, I think, pretty fun for everybody. So hopefully some people come in and I can announce what's going on, and we will see. See, got my setup. Let me get this in. I don't know if I should move it closer. I guess I can move it closer like that. Maybe we can do that way. I think that's better. Like that. Okay, so we're set up for that. All right. Live chat. We got Robert Mac. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, it was a rough weekend, though. It was on the go the whole time. So at the end of the fishing trip, I just we went live and just relaxed. It was just me, my son, my daughter, and my wife, and we just hung out and did some live fishing for you guys. And I kept it public just for a test, and I left it public. I didn't put it on private, and I had 44 views when the live was over, and then once it was published, I had a total of like 88. Catfish in Fresno, what's up, brother? Thank you for coming in. When I published it, after it was published, I got 12 views and 0.6 hours of watch time. So that's what we were talking about with the lives. You don't get your watch time during your lives. So I did it yesterday. I left it public, and I have 89 or 90 views on it today. Backwoods Boys, Small Engines. What's up, brother? Good morning. And so I left it public. I had 44 views after the live was over. I kept it on public. Well, once it started going throughout the all the checks and everything, I ended up getting 89 views. And then this morning when I looked, I went back over and it's published now, and I got 12 views in my analytics. 12 views with 0.6 hours of watch time, but total views are like 93. So that's where we were talking about the views with the lives and stuff like that. So you just got to watch out. So you could put it on private and then publish it. Good morning, Off the Hook, Backwoods, Robert Max in here. Yeah, man, so we had a good, the fly fishing trip with Bob up at Yellow Creek Trout Club was awesome. We got 31 fish total, some trout up there. I have the video out last Wednesday. I put it out. So if you haven't seen that, then I would definitely go and take a look at it. I think it's worth watching. I think it's one of my best videos that I have out that I've had out in a while. So Let's see the live chat. Backwoods boy, small engine. So where you fishing backwoods boy at all? I'm just playing with my phone here with the live chat and everything. I see all the. I see Catfish Fresno is in here. I don't know. My phone's been acting screwy lately, so we'll see what happens today with the internet and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I went fly fishing for the first time in a few years actually, and so Bobby had an opening. My buddy Bob. I used to take him fishing when he was younger. Yeah, I do go out fishing for mainly trout, but not today. Okay, yeah, it's real bad today, the weather here. Last night it rained real bad. It's real windy. So we got pretty lucky with the weekend. When we were up there, we had beautiful weather. We had one evening. It sort of rained a little, but that was it. We're having rain and it's cold. Yeah, it got real cold here too. I mean, it was 80 degrees, 77 and 80 degrees. Hey Daniel, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming in. We had like 77, 80 degrees this weekend. It was beautiful. And then last weekend when I went fly fishing with Bobby, it was 25 degrees in the morning, but then it got beautiful the rest of the day. It was like, I think highs were 65, 70. So, but that video that we made last week with the fly fishing turned out really well. We caught a lot of big fish. We caught them on Bobby. Bobby ties flies. Fish was Kish. He ties flies. His description's in the video. I'm trying to push him out. He don't make videos, and I told him he should make videos, but I may be going up and filming something for him, so he can get out on social media and stuff. He does really well himself. He makes flies and stuff, and yeah, he guides at the Yellow Creek Trout Club, so he has this thing going for him. I mean, his guide company. Hey, Little Ridge, how are you? Thank you for coming in. His guide service, he's booked from December to April. He got lucky, or I got lucky, and there was one opening, and that was last weekend. And he was like, "Hey, you want to come up that weekend, the day before Easter?" So I was like, "Yeah." It was kind of cutting it close though, because you know how it is with family and stuff, day before Easter. But my wife was like, "Sure, yeah, go ahead and go." So I went up Friday night, and then stayed over his place. We went out and ate and did some interviewing that night, and then yeah, and then we did a little interview. I showed him making flies. So if you guys get a chance, go make sure you go check out that fly fishing video. It's really really cool. And then this past weekend, I went up to Seven Springs, and we go up there every year with the family, and it's pretty cool. It's like a low impact fishing. I mean, there's little lakes and ponds all over the property. You do have to go and get a permit to fish it. It's like I guess semi-private. If you're staying at the resort, you can go up and get a permit. And I do believe if you're not staying at the resort, you can get like a permit or a family pass. The permit was $17 a day for an adult, and it was $7.50 for kids a day, which is fine by me because they stock it and there's some big fish in there, and it's just you want to give back. A lot of those fish though in there, when you catch them, they're really, really, really finicky. Like they die, so you got to try to that was my work calling or texting me. Um, they're real finicky. So when you catch them, you got to get them back in the water. And if they swallow the hook, don't try to get the hook out because they'll float. They'll start floating on you. So I think we caught a ton of trout this weekend. I think one or two died, and somebody took them. So that was a good thing. But other than that, we try not to use treble hooks up there or anywhere if we're not keeping them, because once they swallow the treble hook, you know how that is a train wreck to try to get out of the gullet and stuff like that if they swallow it. I made a bunch of baits this weekend, but they were all bright baits like whites, chartreuse, fluorescent pink. I made some white with some holographic flake, but they were too bright because the water clarity was pretty clear, and then as it got deeper, it went into like that green water, which was good. So we ended up using Power Bait and Gulp. And like I said, I always use Gulp, the chunky cheese and stuff like that, because I catch a lot of fish on the Gulp, more than the Power Bait. So I usually buy Gulp products more than Power Bait products. So, hey, what's up, Crossover? Thank you for coming in, buddy. Appreciate it. I'm just trying to wait to get some more people in. So if you guys want to share it out for me, that'd be awesome. But I'm going to be talking about the contest that I'm going to be doing in May, and it's going to go into June. So I'm trying to get some people in here so I can make the announcement. I may make a video about it also. The perch loved the white wax wiggler this past weekend. Cool. Yeah, I didn't use any of the wax wiggler, obviously. We could have used them for trout, but like I said, the water was so clear that all my chartreuse and pinks and whites, it was too bright, and I could see them. They were following it, or they were going after them, but they weren't committing to them. They were getting scared because I think it was too clear. So my nephew Ace put on a black and yellow fly, like a rooster tail, and he caught one on that. Theo caught one on the Phoebe, a couple on the Phoebe lure, which is always a good minnow imitation. So that's a silver spoon, sort of. So he caught a really beautiful brown trout. I caught a beautiful brown trout too. I just posted that on Facebook today. My son got a nice brown, and I got a nice brown. And then I got a 22-inch rainbow. Excuse me. I got a 22-inch rainbow on a chunky cheese. And luckily, he was hooked right in the lip. I didn't want to kill that big thing, so it was cool. But I got pictures and videos coming out. I got 2 parts to it. I got part 1 and part 2 of our fishing trip this weekend. I got to finish editing part 1, and then I got to get on editing part 2. So I think Wednesday part 1 will come out, and then I don't know if I'm going to do Friday or Sunday maybe with the part 2. And then I still got a ton of baits that I got to do videos from itMolds. So I'll be doing that also coming up here. But turkey season's coming up. But on opening day of turkey, the night before, my daughter's making her confirmation. So that's going to be hard to get away from. I can't, I'll be at the confirmation. So that'll be that evening. And then I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to drive down to camp to hunt turkeys that morning, or if I'm just going to hunt around the house for turkey, maybe. I'd like to get Theo out with me, but we'll see how that works. He's not a morning person. He don't like to get up early yet. He likes to sleep in because he stays up late, so we will see how that works with the turkey hunting with him, so. But yeah, so I'm going to be, I guess I'll just talk about it now, and maybe I can mention it a few times today. We're working on a promotional video for you. I think it's going to turn out pretty good. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate that, buddy. I really do appreciate that. Thanks, Backwoods Boy, for sharing this out. Really appreciate that. But the contest that I'm going to be having is going to be a make your own baits with household items. I think it's going to be pretty cool, where you got to make a bait with something from in your house. Now, you can use the hardware from like another bait, like the hooks, screws. You could even take a lip off of something if you want to take the lip off. But you have to use, the main lure has to be something that you get from your house. I don't want to give anybody any ideas because I'm going to be a judge. And I'm probably going to have my kids judge it also, and then I'm probably going to get 2 more judges, so there's probably going to be 5 total judging. And what it's going to be is, hey, Pork Chop, what's up, Jeremy? How are you, buddy? I haven't talked to you in a long time, buddy. Thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate it. Long time no see. I appreciate you, bud. How's everything been? I think I seen you in another live maybe last week or so. But it's awesome that you're back on. I know you're busy. I know how it is, man. It's busy. I got a side job I got to do for a lady. So it's like gutter cleaning, painting, doing a porch. So it's going to be kind of, I got to try to fit all that in as I work. I work 3 to 11. So I got to try to get those in the mornings. Working like crazy. Well, that's a good thing, Jeremy. You got to make that money. Excuse me. Tired from the weekend. But yeah, so the contest is going to be make your own bait out of anything from your house. I'm talking like kids' toys, utensils, whatever you want to get from your house. And you have to make it, and you can use the hooks and hardware from another lure, but you can't have any of that lure in it, just the hardware for it. So, and that's going to run, I'm going to let it go, I'm going to run that all the way through May. So I'm just announcing it now, all the way up to May. So like May, the beginning of May will be when the contest starts. And what you got to do is you got to make the bait, and then you got to make a short video using the bait. You don't have to necessarily catch a fish with it. I want you to catch fish with it because it'll be cool, but you don't necessarily have to catch a fish in your video to win. What it's going to be is just creativity and, you know, how the bait looks and things like that. So, and how it works. So it's going to be judged on that. It'll help if you can catch a fish with it, but that's not a game changer where you would, if you catch a fish with it, that you automatically won or anything like that. So I think it'll be pretty fun. So no more, hey John, thanks for coming in, buddy. But yeah, so John, I'm talking about the fly fishing trip that I had, and then this weekend, the kids with the family trout trip this weekend. And then I'm announcing the make your own bait with household items. So what you got to do is you can use your hooks and hardware off of any bait you want to take it from, but you have to use as the main lure something in your house. Anything in your house, on household items. You can use kids' toys, you can use utensils, you can use whatever you want, as long as it's found in your house. And there's going to be 5 judges. My kids both want to judge. I'm going to judge, and then I'm going to get 2 more people to judge. And it's going to be all of May. You can make your bait throughout May, and you got to make a video of you using it. And like I said, it doesn't matter if you catch a fish, that'd be really cool. But you send me your videos. We're going to check them out, look at them, and probably play them when we do the announcements of the winner. It depends on how many people enter. I'm going to be doing like a first place prize. Will probably be a rod and reel combo, something like that. And it depends on however many people enter it, you know, how the prizes go. If anybody wants to, and I don't like to do it, I have my own prizes for it, but if anybody wants to donate prizes for it or whatever you want to do to the contest, you're more than welcome to. Just email me. It's in the description of my video. You know, you can do that. What's up, Trey? How are you, buddy? I thought you were missing in action in a while. I know you're a busy guy, but it's cool to have you in here. Cool. But yeah, it's just going to be a fun thing, and I'm going to let it run. I'm going to give everybody enough time. I'm going to let it run all of May, the month of May. So you have May to make your bait and shoot your video. You only got to shoot a little video. It don't have to be like a full-length video with it. Yeah, you would donate a hatchet. I'm still waiting on my hatchet, buddy. Yeah, it's been a while, Trey. But yeah, you can donate prizes if you want to. It don't matter. I'm gonna get my own prizes. But if somebody wants to make it a little more interesting and get some more prizes, that's up to you guys. But it's gonna run all of May. You can make your bait and shoot your video May, and then in June is probably when we're gonna do the live, or you know, we're gonna be doing the judging on it. So Connor and Livy, what's up? How are you guys? Hanging out with Dad today, huh? That's awesome. How have you been fishing at all, Trey? At all down there? I know the weather is crappy today here. This weekend it was beautiful where I was at, but it was right now it dropped in temperature and it is windy and rainy. It's crappy. Yeah, no problem, buddy. That's awesome. Your kids are awesome. It's awesome that you take them out and do things. I know you're always with your kids, so that's very special. I know how it is, how tough it is, though, buddy. Believe me. This weekend, I got Carly out fishing. She was just hanging out, and she, all of my nieces and nephews gravitate to her. Like, she, like, watches them, and she's, like, a little mom now. Wish our fishing season would start. Yeah, John's fishing season never ends, so he's kind of lucky. But yeah, it's trout season right now, so I'm just messing around with the trout. And then turkey season starts the 29th. But I wanted to go and make a video that weekend for turkey. I was gonna take Theo out, but Friday night is my daughter's confirmation. She's making her confirmation Friday night, so I don't know. Cool, awesome. Are you gonna be fishing for snakeheads this year? I'm sure you will be. I know Orange 22, Dave. He's out there already starting to fish for them. So I didn't know if you were hooked up. It was a 80 Friday and 25 with 6 inches of snow. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, cool. So you're definitely gonna be fishing for snakeheads. Yeah, I'll be doing some bowfin fishing this year, but I'm gonna introduce a little crappie and panfish segment in my videos this year. I went out and bought the kids some small rods. I think I had a delivery. Some small rods. We used them this weekend with the slip bobber and the bobber stop and with some jig heads. But the jig heads that I had on with my baits were really bright, and the fish, the water clarity was too clear for the bright colors. I didn't have any like natural colors. I made all bright because I was thinking after the rain that it would be murky up there. Well, it wasn't that murky. It had that like nice green tint to the water in the deeper areas. So we ended up catching a lot of our fish on gulp power bait. I don't use power bait too much. I have a bunch of it, but I usually catch them on the gulp. So if Berkeley's listening, Berkeley Gulp, you can send me all you want. I need it. But yeah, we caught some on the Phoebe lure. We didn't catch any on the Trout magnet crank, which I thought was going to be a really good bait this week. But like I said, it was so clear, and they weren't reacting. They were following the Trout magnet in, the crankbait in, but they weren't committing to it. The Phoebe lure, my son caught a really nice brown trout on the Phoebe lure, that little minnow, that little spoon minnow type deal. Yeah, Gulp Alive is awesome. It's a great product, and it has it outperforms. I had another 3-day one coming, and days later. Yeah, John's going to be busy. That's good, buddy. I'm glad you're getting the charters. I think the way John does his videos and things like that definitely attracts business, and I think that's what he wants to do, like advertise and stuff like that. So that's really cool that he gets all that. I mean, he got the fish to get them on. I mean, if you're ever down in Florida, make sure you go and look up John and Lindia because they will get you on some fish, and it's definitely a fun time. I'm looking to get back down there. I'm hoping. I don't know how this June thing's going to work out for me, but we'll see. Supposed to try to get down there June, like that week of June 8th, I think. I'm going to try to make it happen. And if not, I might just fly down for a couple of days just to fish with John and Lindy and then come back. So we'll see how that works out. So yeah, so fly fishing trip went great. I made the videos out on that. I think it was a really good video. Caught a lot of big fish on that. This weekend's video, there's 2 parts to it, part 1 and part 2. I think it's going to come out Wednesday. It's going to air Wednesday evening, part 1. And then part 2 will come out either like a Friday afternoon or or Sunday maybe. If not, if I'm like running around doing stuff, I might just put it out next Wednesday also. Because Wednesday is usually the day that I upload my videos. So I try to do them Wednesday or Sundays. So, but yeah, I think the bait making challenge, like the bait making with the household items, will be fun. It's something different. So I'm gonna have that running the month of May. So if anybody's interested in it, though, the way to enter will be email me and let me know that you wanna enter, and then I'm gonna make a list on it. Prizes, obviously, you're gonna be according to how many people are in it. So I'd like to have like a first, second, third, depending on how many people get in it. If not, then we'll just have one winner. It's no big deal, but I think it'll be pretty fun. So everybody get your ideas going and make a bait with a household item. And like I said, you can use the hardware from another bait. Like if you have an old bait laying around with hooks and screws and lips or whatever you want to do, eye hooks, whatever, you can take them off of a bait, but you can't. That bait can't be used in anything. You have to make it from a household item, which would be pretty cool. So, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. This month coming up, and then turkey season, like I said, is coming. I don't know when I'm gonna get to turkey hunt. Try to get to the camp Saturday, but Friday night's my daughter's confirmation, so it's gonna be a little hard. I like to put them to bed the Friday, like that night before, so I could see where they're at, and then go out after them in the morning, but that won't happen Friday. So I may just hunt by my house Saturday opening day with a crossbow. Maybe if I can get my son out, I'd like to get him out with turkey, but turkey with a crossbow is kind of tough for a first timer. So I'd probably take him out with the 410 and have him, because the 410 he has, the Rossi, it's patterned pretty good. I got turkey shells for it, so it shoots really well for a single shot. I want 20, 30-yard shot. He should be fine. But yeah, I'd like to get down there to do that. So we'll see what happens. But like busy, busy, busy. I got a side job coming up here. This week is crazy with work and just things going on. This weekend, there ain't much. I don't think there's much going on this weekend. So I may have to get my side job in the weekend or not. Hey, Mom. Thanks for coming in. But I may have to try to get something done on that job this weekend. I don't know. We'll see. There's so much. There's like a calendar up on my refrigerator that my wife makes, and she just puts all the stuff in. And the kids have stuff every day: karate, baseball, softball. So Daniel's saying hi to my mom. Yeah. So my mom was up here this weekend with us, so it was pretty cool. Like I said, it wasn't hectic, but in the cabin we had everybody in there, so it was fun. That's all. And then we all went fishing. We all went down to the lodge. We went swimming. I didn't go swimming. I actually diverted that one. My wife and kids and everybody went swimming, and I went back down to the ponds and started trout fishing. I did really good myself. I got like 6 or 7 trout myself, and then I went back up and met them. Yeah, spring gobber's coming. I'm excited. When does your season start, Backwoods? What day does your season start? And where are you from, buddy? I didn't know where you were from. If you want to put it in here, I didn't know exactly where you were from, Backwoods boy. So if you want to mention that, that'd be cool. If not, no big deal. But when does your season start? But my dad fished this weekend with us. It was pretty cool. He netted my brown trout for me. I got a beautiful brown trout. Theo got a beautiful brown trout. And then I got I got a 22-inch rainbow this weekend, so that was pretty cool. Nice big fish. We caught a lot of trout, but we didn't catch them the way I thought we were going to catch them. Like of course, the power bait and the gulp, that'll always work basically where you're at. But I wanted to catch them on the lures, and they weren't having it this weekend. It was really tough with the lures, so I was even using Joe's flies and things like that. Joe from Parabellum actually made me a bunch of jig heads, and he put in there. Okay, cool, Backwoods. Yeah, if you check it out and find out. But Joe from Parabellum made a 3/32 ounce beetle spin. So I put my beetle bug. It was a fluorescent blade with a green head on it, and he makes some really good jig heads. So you might want to go check out Parabellum. I sort of featured him in one of my videos this past weekend. But he made me net heads, worm hooks, weighted swim bait hooks and things like that. And he sent them over because we're going to be starting to work together with my baits and his jig heads and things like that. I'll be making baits for his jig heads. He's making jig heads for my baits, vice versa. So that's pretty cool that I'll be working with Joe. We're just working out some details with that. But he sent me a package over, and it had a beetle spin. And I was like, well, that would work for trout. So I put a white beetle bug on there with the 2 tails on it, and I threw that thing. And that thing was awesome. It worked great. But those fish, they would follow it in. None of them would commit to it and eat it. And that's because I think the water was too clear, and those bright colors were sort of keeping them at bay. They weren't making that commitment and eating it. And then also this weekend I used Rock Creek Bait Company. That's Matt. Hey Jeff, thanks for coming in, buddy. That's Matt from Natural State Fishing. We did a swap of my baits for his jig heads, and he made me a bunch of different colored jig heads with the marabou and stuff like that. So I used them on a drop bobber, on a slip bobber, and a bobber stop, and they were basically all bright colors also, and I didn't have any luck on them either. I did have a hit on the purple, but it didn't take it. It just took the bobber on. I missed it. So, but yeah, they didn't work in this situation either. But I got to give them, the baits look great. So I gave them both shout outs in the video. And then Joe, I'll be working with him hopefully in the future. So we'll see what happens. April 29th to May. Yeah, that's when ours starts, buddy. Yep, April 29th, which I think is very late. I really think we should be at the beginning of April, at least, for turkey. It seems like they're all made it out. It's hard to call a turkey in after, the gobblers are interested, but they're not as interested as like April. And then you got turkeys on their nest. So we're only allowed to hunt till noon for spring turkey in PA because of the hens being on the nest in the afternoons and stuff like that. So you have to be out of the woods by noon. So that's a little thing that I wish they would change. I'm in PA. I'm in Pittsburgh, PA. Yeah, April's the time when it should. The beginning of April's when it should be, because I got them around my house. They're around my house. They're gobbling. They're strutting. They're walking through yards around here. And then towards the end of April, that sort of goes away. So it's really hard. I don't know if they do that on purpose to make it tough or not. But I think if you would be out in the woods at the beginning of April, you get a lot more turkey. And I think, I don't want to say easier, but it would your chances, I think, would be a lot better if you started out at the beginning of April. But that's just me. So I guess there's a reason why they do it. But yeah, they definitely want us out of the woods at noon because the hens are they're already mated. Okay, you live for 2.5 hours from Pittsburgh? Okay. Yeah, I live in West Mifflin. And then I have a place up in Edinburgh, PA. I have a place on the lake up there, buddy. So I don't know how close you are to Edinburgh, Lake Erie, things like that. So, yeah, if you're around, man, maybe we could hook up this year and do some fishing. So let me know where you're at. If you want to email me, if you don't want to put it on here, if you want to email me where you're at, you can do that also. Maybe we could hook up for a day or something to do some fishing. If you're interested. I'm always interested in the collabs and stuff like that, meeting other people, so that works out. But yeah, let people know about that I'm having that bait making contest. I'm going to try to do some posts on the community tab to get it out there. Yes, it makes them dumber, definitely, for sure. And I didn't want to say it makes it easier, but I think it'd be easier to call them in the beginning of April for sure, in my area. But yeah, share it out. Let people know. I mean, I don't have nothing to actually share out, so saying share out is kind of dumb. But if you see people or talking to anybody or on your lives or anything like that, mention it that I'm having a bait making contest to get people interested. I'd really appreciate that, and we can get that rolling. What else? Yeah, it's just like I said, household items and make your baits, and we're going to be running that through May, and then June is going to be the contest is when we're going to judge them. So, and what you got to do is make your bait and then make a short video if you want. If you want to make a full-length video, that's up to you. Catching fish on it doesn't make or break you for like losing or winning. It helps, but it doesn't make or break it. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll keep in touch with you about maybe meeting up and doing some. Yeah, definitely, Backwoods. Yeah, just email me your location if you want, and we can make it happen. What's up, Glenn? Thanks for coming in, buddy. We're just talking about my fly fishing trip and then my fishing trip this weekend. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you, buddy. Awesome. Really appreciate that. What's going on here? So, but yeah, I think it'll be fun. It's just something different. I haven't seen people doing that in our community too much, so I figured I wanted to do something different. And that'll be what I'm doing this year. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I'll be doing giveaways and things like I always do. But a contest, I think, would be pretty cool. You know what I mean? So I really think that it would be cool to make your bait from any household item. You can use hardware from another bait, but you can't use any of that bait body or anything like that. You have to make up your own. And then there'll be 5 judges. 2 of the judges are my son and daughter. They want to judge it. I'll be a judge, and then I'm going to pick 2 more people that want to judge it. What's up, Billy? Thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate you. So the bait making contest is different, you know, and I just wanted to put a little excitement into something here. So I figured it would be cool, get people involved, interactive, and then go out, make a video with it, using it. If you catch a fish with it, awesome. But like I said, that doesn't make or break you winning. And the prizes will depend on how many people enter. No, hooking a live bluegill don't count, buddy. But you could whittle a bluegill out of a wooden spoon or something. And paint it if you want to get that into it. But yeah, people are, you know, you can do whatever you want to do. And it'll be fun. And I'm trying to think of it, but I missed anything in the contest. But you're going to have all of May to make up the bait. Hey, Keith. What's up, buddy? Thank you for coming in. So yeah, share it out. If you talk to people, say, hey, Ted from Off the Hook is having a bait making contest out of household items. And we're going to have, right now, for my prizes, it's probably going to be like either a spinning and rod combo or a bait caster and rod combo. We're going to do that. And then it depends on how many people enter it, where the prizes go from there. If anybody wants to donate any prizes, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to, but if you want to, that's cool. My mom is a whack job, just saying. Why is your mom a whack job, John? I thought she was nice when I met her. Whack job. John's nuts. So. Feeding her lunch. Okay. What you making for lunch, John? Oh man, when I went down to meet John and Lindy and Honor, man, we went into. He showed us everything. Great host, great. You know she got dementia. This sucks. Yeah, I know, John. Yeah, that sucks to deal with that. I'm sure. But we had some great food down there. They're great hosts. I mean, they drove me back to meet my wife, so she didn't have to come back and everything. So, John, if you haven't fished with John and Lindy and you're around that area or you're going down there, you have to talk to John about hooking up with him. Crazy ass. And you have to hook up with them and do some. Yeah, don't do any trout fishing down in Florida. I don't think you're going to do too well. But definitely go and check out John's Small Water Charters and look them up. And if you can, if not this year, you got to be down there. Yeah, she lives in the apartment. There's like a house. John has like his big house. I mean, he has a beautiful area where he's at. He's like in a corner, and I think it's like, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, John, you're like bordered with like, there's like an Indian, like, was it, I don't know, I don't want to say burial ground, but there's like some kind of like forest or something that's right next to his house. I mean, he has a big yard. He has another house in the back where he has his mom staying in, so he takes care of his mom, which is props to you, John, for doing that. That's awesome. Um, and when you pull up, he's got the greenhouse, so it's like really cool. And when I pulled up, it was kind of neat because I seen John standing in the garage, and it was like you get goosebumps and stuff. And I met John, we had a blast, and it was like we just hit it off and we had a great time. The Okeechobee Battlegrounds and burial grounds beside us. Okay, that's what it is. But it's beautiful down there. I mean, he's got all kinds of wildlife. I mean, they're hand feeding squirrels. There's turkeys in the yard. There's deer in the yard. There's wild boar in the yard. It's pretty awesome. And I just want to warn you, when you go down there with John and Lindy, you are running 100 miles an hour. I'm telling you right now, John does not stop. He will drive and go and fish, and he's just an upbeat guy, man. Props to him. He'll keep you going all day. If you're down there for 2 days, 3 days, he got you going every day, all day. Yeah, there are a few less pigs and turkeys now from John taking them. But yeah, John and Lindy are great people. You got to go meet them if you're in that area. If you can make it down there, definitely go down there and do a charter with them, because they're awesome. I can't say enough about them too. They're awesome. And Lindia, congratulations to Lindia. That's the Florida way. You're right, Billy. I think that is, and that's why I want to be a part of Florida someday. So one day I will have a place down there. Mark my words on that. So, but yeah, it's just awesome. They're just awesome people. And I wanted to congratulate Lindia. She won the Shane Flint tournament, the biggest bass, and she was against a lot of good people, and she pulled it out. So congrats to Lindia on that win. That was awesome. I'm actually in Shane's tournament. I believe it begins in May, the middle of May to June. It's like I don't even know. I'm gonna have to talk to John about the 3 fish deal. I think that's what I'm into. The northern. Oh, sweet, congrats. Yeah, Lindia won, Jeff. She pulled it off, and she was against some people that catch fish. So that's no little task. She put it on them. She got a hammer. I can't even remember if it was an 8-pound fish, if it was a 712 or an 8 something. So John, if you're in here, what that fish was that she caught? Thought it was 812. I don't know. I can't remember. They catch so many big fish down there. I don't even know what is what with them. But yeah, Lindia pulled it off, man. So props to her. Congratulations. I would put them up against anybody fishing, and I would not want to fish. I mean, I fished against them, I know, but yeah, when they're in the tournament, 814. There you go, 814 that's a nice fish. But yeah, fishing against them guys, you're already behind the 8 ball, if you know what I mean, because they are good at what they do. But it's fun. It's fun. And John and I like to talk a little bit, at least to each other. But John likes to talk to anybody, talk smack. So, but yeah, John and I have our little talk smack battles a little bit, which is fun. So it's always good to do that among friends and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's Florida's awesome. Heck yeah, she's forced to be reckoned with for sure. Yes, she is, Jeff. She is she's a great person to back all that up too. It's like, so it couldn't happen to a better person. So I'm really proud of her for doing that. So I'm in and out trying to catch up on YouTube, but I'm struggling catching up. I just like to talk. It's good when someone, yeah, it's awesome to just hang out with those guys. So, well, I guess I'm gonna end this because I'm gonna go and get ready to go to work. I got to make my lunch and then head to work at 3 o'clock. So I am going to go ahead and end this live. I appreciate everybody for being in here. Thank you. Please, if you get on my way to landfill, just listening as I go. Cool, Steve. Thank you. But yeah, if you guys would please share out my bait making contest with the household items, that would be really, really cool. Let people know. If you want to get entered into it, just email me and say you want to get entered. I'll put you on the list. The prizes are at least going to be, for first prizes, right now is going to be a rod and reel combo. It's either going to be a bait caster or a spinning combo. So that's right now. If anybody wants to donate anything to the contest, feel free to do that. Just let me know what you want to do. If you want to just mail it out, from your place instead of mailing it to me, just saves on shipping and stuff like that. You can do that. And it's going to depend on how many people enter, what the prizes are. So, but yeah, please share it out. I will be putting out some posts. I'll probably do another video or another live. I'm probably, as I do my lives, I'll keep mentioning into it. But it's going to start in May. It's going to go the whole month of May. You're going to make a bait with any household item. You can use hardware from other baits, but you can't use the bait body and stuff like that. So you can make anything you want that has to do with the house. Okay? Anything like that. Make it up. You're going to make a short video or a long video, whatever you want to do. Tag me in it, email it to me, whatever you want to do. And then there's going to be 5 judges. So wine cork will work. Yeah, pretty much, John. Yep, you're right. You're right, buddy. And I see where you're going with that one. But thank you. Check out the fly fishing video if you haven't already. I believe that's one of my best video out right now. And I got part 1 and part 2 of my video of my weekend trip coming out. Probably Wednesday is going to be part 1, and then part 2 will air another date. But I really appreciate you guys taking your time out of the day to come and support me. I really appreciate that. So I'm going to end it, and we will see ya.